Have you ever felt the sting of rejection? That moment when your heart sinks and self-doubt creeps in like a shadow, whispering that you're not enough? You're not alone. Rejection is a universal experience, one that can leave us feeling vulnerable and defeated. But what if I told you that this seemingly negative experience could be the key to unlocking your deepest desires? What if rejection, instead of being a dead end, is actually a powerful catalyst for transformation? In this exploration, we will delve into the fascinating interplay between rejection and desire, guided by the principles of inverse psychology and the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Imagine standing on the precipice of your dreams, only to be met with a resounding no. It's easy to let that moment define you, to internalize the rejection as a reflection of your worth. But here's the twist. What if you could flip that narrative on its head? What if, instead of seeing rejection as a barrier, you embraced it as a stepping stone toward your true desires? This is where inverse psychology comes into play. By altering your perception of rejection, you can transform your emotional response and harness its potential for growth. Think about it. Every time you face rejection, you are presented with a choice. You can either allow it to diminish your spirit or use it as fuel to ignite your passion. The latter requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to embrace vulnerability. It's about recognizing that rejection is not a definitive judgment of your abilities, but rather an opportunity to learn, adapt, and ultimately thrive. By shifting your focus from the pain of rejection to the lessons it offers, you can cultivate resilience and determination. Now let's consider the Stoic perspective on rejection. Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. When faced with rejection, we often feel a sense of helplessness, as if our worth is dictated by the opinions of others. However, the Stoics remind us that we cannot control how others perceive us. We can only control our reactions. This empowering realization allows us to reclaim our agency, enabling us to respond to rejection with grace and strength. Instead of wallowing in self-pity, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? How can I grow as a result? By embracing the teachings of Stoicism, we can navigate the complexities of rejection with a sense of purpose and clarity. As we embark on this journey of transformation, we will explore practical strategies for reframing our narratives, embracing vulnerability, and cultivating resilience in the face of rejection. We will uncover the hidden lessons within each rejection and learn to harness its power to propel us toward our desires. This exploration is not just about overcoming rejection, it's about redefining our relationship with it, allowing it to guide us toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. So, if you're ready to turn rejection into desire and unlock the transformative potential within you, join me as we delve into the principles of inverse psychology and Stoic philosophy. Together, we will discover how to embrace rejection as a powerful ally on our journey of self-discovery and growth. It's time to reclaim your narrative, harness the lessons of rejection, and ignite the fire of desire within you. Let's embark on this transformative journey together and watch as rejection becomes the catalyst for your greatest aspirations. Rejection is often perceived as a negative experience, something to be avoided at all costs. However, what if I told you that rejection can be a powerful catalyst for transformation? In this chapter, we will explore the concept of rejection not as a setback, but as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Rejection stings. It can feel like a sharp jab to the heart, leaving us vulnerable and questioning our worth. Yet within that sting lies a hidden power. The pain we experience is a reflection of our deepest desires and insecurities. When we face rejection, we are forced to confront the parts of ourselves that we often keep hidden. This confrontation can lead to profound insights about our values, motivations, and aspirations. By embracing rejection, we open ourselves up to the possibility of transformation. Instead of viewing rejection as a dead end, we can reframe it as a stepping stone on our path to self-actualization. This shift in perspective is where the principles of inverse psychology come into play. Inverse psychology teaches us that by altering our perception of a situation, we can change our emotional response to it. When we recognize that rejection is not a reflection of our worth, but rather an opportunity for growth, we can begin to harness its power. This chapter sets the stage for understanding how we can transform rejection into desire by embracing the lessons it offers. As we delve deeper into the principles of Stoic philosophy, we will uncover how these ancient teachings can guide us in navigating the complexities of rejection. Through the lens of Stoicism, we will learn to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. This understanding will empower us to take charge of our reactions and responses to rejection, ultimately leading us toward a more fulfilling and authentic life. So, let us embark on this journey together, exploring the transformative potential of rejection and the desire that can arise from it. Inverse psychology is a fascinating concept that plays a crucial role in our understanding of human behavior. It suggests that when we are told to do something, we often feel an instinctive urge to do the opposite. This natural resistance can be leveraged to our advantage, especially when it comes to dealing with rejection. In this chapter, we will delve into the mechanics of inverse psychology and how it can help us transform our relationship with rejection. When we experience rejection, our initial reaction is often one of disappointment and self-doubt. We may internalize the rejection, believing it to be a definitive judgment of our abilities or worth. However, by applying the principles of inverse psychology, we can shift our focus away from the rejection itself and redirect it toward our desires and goals. Instead of allowing rejection to define us, we can use it as fuel to propel us forward. For instance, if we face rejection in a creative endeavor, we can choose to view it as an opportunity to refine our craft rather than as a sign of failure. By embracing this mindset, we can cultivate resilience and determination in the face of adversity. Additionally, inverse psychology encourages us to challenge societal expectations and norms. Often, we feel pressured to conform to the opinions of others, leading us to suppress our true desires. By recognizing this dynamic, we can reclaim our autonomy and pursue what genuinely fulfills us. This chapter will provide practical strategies for applying inverse psychology in our lives, particularly when navigating for reframing our thoughts, embracing our desires, and ultimately transforming rejection into a powerful motivator. As we learn to harness the principles of inverse psychology, we will discover that rejection can be a gateway to greater self-awareness and fulfillment. This understanding will serve as a foundation for the subsequent chapters, where we will explore how Stoic philosophy complements these concepts, guiding us toward a more empowered and authentic existence. Stoic philosophy offers profound insights into the nature of rejection and how we can navigate its challenges. At its core, Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. This fundamental principle is especially relevant when dealing with rejection. In this chapter, we will explore how adopting a Stoic perspective can empower us to transform our relationship with rejection. When we encounter rejection, it is easy to become consumed by negative emotions. We may feel inadequate, unworthy, or defeated. However, Stoicism encourages us to step back and analyze our reactions. The Stoics believe that our emotional responses are often shaped by our perceptions and interpretations of events. By recognizing that we cannot control the opinions of others or the outcomes of our efforts, we can free ourselves from the burden of self-blame. Instead, we can focus on how we choose to respond to rejection. This shift in mindset allows us to cultivate resilience and acceptance. For instance, when faced with rejection, a Stoic approach would prompt us to ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? How can I grow as a result? By reframing rejection as an opportunity for growth, we can transform our emotional response and harness its potential for self-improvement. Additionally, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining a sense of purpose and integrity in the face of adversity. Rather than allowing rejection to derail our ambitions, we can remain steadfast in our pursuit of our goals. This unwavering commitment to our values and aspirations is a hallmark of Stoic resilience. In this chapter, we will delve into practical exercises for integrating Stoic principles into our daily lives. These exercises will help us cultivate a Stoic mindset, enabling us to navigate rejection with grace and strength. As we embrace the teachings of Stoicism, we will discover that rejection is not a reflection of our worth, but rather a valuable opportunity for growth and self-discovery. Vulnerability is often viewed as a weakness, something to be avoided at all costs. However, in the context of rejection, embracing vulnerability can be one of the most powerful tools for transformation. In this chapter, we will explore the significance of vulnerability and how it can lead to greater self-awareness and connection with others. When we experience rejection, it can trigger feelings of shame and inadequacy. We may be tempted to put up walls and shield ourselves from further hurt. Yet, by embracing vulnerability, we open ourselves up to authentic connections and deeper understanding. Vulnerability allows us to acknowledge our fears and insecurities, creating space for healing and growth. By sharing our experiences of rejection with others, we can foster empathy and support. This shared vulnerability can strengthen our relationships and create a sense of community. Additionally, embracing vulnerability encourages us to take risks and pursue our desires wholeheartedly. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we give ourselves permission to dream big and chase what truly matters to us. This mindset aligns with the principles of inverse psychology, as we learn to reframe rejection as a stepping stone toward our aspirations. In this chapter, we will discuss practical strategies for embracing vulnerability in our lives. We will explore techniques for self-reflection, open communication, and building supportive relationships. By cultivating vulnerability, we can transform our experiences of rejection into opportunities for connection and growth. As we move forward in our journey, we will discover that embracing vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our strength and resilience. Self-reflection is a vital practice that allows us to gain insight into our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. In the context of rejection, self-reflection becomes an essential tool for understanding our responses and fostering personal growth. In this chapter, we will explore the role of self-reflection in transforming rejection into desire. When we face rejection, it is easy to become overwhelmed by negative emotions. However, taking the time to reflect on our experiences can provide valuable clarity. Self-reflection encourages us to examine our beliefs and assumptions about ourselves and our capabilities. By engaging in this introspective process, we can uncover the underlying fears and insecurities that may be driving our reactions to rejection. For instance, we may realize that our fear of rejection stems from a deep-seated belief that we are not enough. This awareness allows us to challenge these limiting beliefs and reframe our narrative. Additionally, self-reflection helps us identify patterns in our responses to rejection. Are we quick to internalize rejection as a personal failure? Do we tend to avoid situations that may lead to rejection? By recognizing these patterns, we can consciously choose to shift our approach. In this chapter, we will discuss practical techniques for incorporating self-reflection into our daily lives. Journaling, meditation, and mindful contemplation are powerful tools that can facilitate this process. By dedicating time to self-reflection, we can cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationship with rejection. As we engage in this practice, we will discover that self-reflection not only enhances our emotional resilience, but also empowers us to transform rejection into a source of desire and motivation. Reframing our narrative is a powerful technique that allows us to shift our perspective on rejection and transform it into a source of desire. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of reframing and how it can empower us to embrace rejection as a catalyst for growth. When we experience rejection, our initial response is often one of disappointment and self-doubt. However, by consciously reframing our narrative, we can change our emotional response and unlock new possibilities. Instead of viewing rejection as a definitive judgment of our worth, we can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. This shift in perspective aligns with the principles of inverse psychology as we learn to challenge our assumptions and beliefs. For instance, if we face rejection in a job application, we can reframe our narrative to focus on the skills we gained during the application process, the connections we made, and the lessons learned. By highlighting these positive aspects, we can transform our experience of rejection into a stepping stone toward future success. Additionally, reframing our narrative allows us to cultivate resilience and determination. When we view rejection as a natural part of the journey, we become more willing to take risks and pursue our desires wholeheartedly. This mindset empowers us to embrace challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth. In this chapter, we will discuss practical strategies for reframing our narrative in the face of rejection. We will explore techniques for positive self-talk, visualization, and gratitude practices. By actively engaging in reframing, we can transform our relationship with rejection and harness its potential for personal empowerment. As we move forward, we will discover that reframing our narrative is not just a mental exercise. It is a transformative practice that can reshape our lives. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to challenges. In the context of rejection, cultivating resilience is essential for transforming negative experiences into sources of strength and motivation. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of resilience and how it can empower us to navigate rejection with grace. When we face rejection, it can be disheartening and discouraging. However, resilience allows us to view rejection as a temporary setback rather than a permanent defeat. By cultivating resilience, we can develop a mindset that embraces challenges and learns from failures. This mindset aligns with the teachings of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of accepting adversity as a natural part of life. Resilience also involves maintaining a sense of purpose and commitment to our goals. When we encounter rejection, it is crucial to remind ourselves of our aspirations and the reasons behind our pursuits. This sense of purpose serves as a guiding light, helping us navigate the turbulent waters of rejection. In this chapter, we will discuss practical strategies for cultivating resilience in our lives. We will explore techniques for building a support network, practicing self-compassion, and developing a growth mindset. By actively engaging in these practices, we can strengthen our resilience and empower ourselves to face rejection with confidence. As we cultivate resilience, we will discover that rejection is not an endpoint, but rather a stepping stone on our journey toward personal growth and fulfillment. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to challenges. In the context of rejection, cultivating resilience is essential for transforming negative experiences into sources of strength and motivation. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of resilience and how it can empower us to navigate rejection with grace. When we face rejection, it can be disheartening and discouraging. However, resilience allows us to view rejection as a temporary setback rather than a permanent defeat. By cultivating resilience, we can develop a mindset that embraces challenges and learns from failures. This mindset aligns with the teachings of Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of accepting adversity as a natural part of life. Resilience also involves maintaining a sense of purpose and commitment to our goals. When we encounter rejection, it is crucial to remind ourselves of our aspirations and the reasons behind our pursuits. This sense of purpose serves as a guiding light, helping us navigate the turbulent waters of rejection. In this chapter, we will discuss practical strategies for cultivating resilience in our lives. We will explore techniques for building a support network, practicing self-compassion, and developing a growth mindset. By actively engaging in these practices, we can strengthen our resilience and empower ourselves to face rejection with confidence. As we cultivate resilience, we will discover that rejection is not an endpoint, but rather a stepping stone on our journey toward personal growth and fulfillment.